¿Qué mierda es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso?
The man sees this shadow.
Oh,
Dark arms
no,
and
no,
a pale
no.
translucent a dark alley when he sees a crooked man standing in the way. User Uncertified Plumber captured a haunting video while making his way back home late one night. As he's walking down a dark alley, the man suddenly stops, terrified in fear, as he notices this tall, crooked man standing in the sidewalk. Scared to walk past him, he slowly approaches him. Then this happens.
Okay, so I'm walking back to the house, and I see this guy standing there. And I'm like, why does he look so weird? So I start walking closer, and closer, and closer, and closer, and wait. That's not a guy at all. That's just a shadow. And the pillar makes it look like an optical illusion.
Oh, yeah.
See?
As he gets closer to the figure, the man seemingly disappears. Now, he explains that the crooked man's figure is simply an optical illusion casted by shadows and objects, but many people express that this might not just be a simple coincidence given the terrifying figure's appearance. But the question is, would you walk past it?
Why is he still talking like this thing is an actual person? Clearly we can see that it was just an optical illusion. Unless it wasn't.
He was about to go back inside when he sees this hiding in the trees. A horrifying video was captured by a man named Andres during the later hours of the night. While he's hanging out near his house that's surrounded by a wooded area, he hears something quickly move around the trees. But as the man looks around, he soon finds out something had been stalking him all along.
Oh, you can see the face.
Just above the trees, this pale humanoid creature can be seen, hiding in a tree above the man, completely still, staring at him, as if it had been hunting him this whole time. Shaken in fear after zooming in and noticing its human-like face, the man rushes back inside. Although little information is available, the event was most likely in Brazil, where sloths are common to inhabit trees. But this is just an educated guess, so if that's not the case, I have no idea what the hell this is.
What do you think that is? I don't want to believe it's a sloth. I want to believe it's a ghost or a skinwalker or something like that. What do you think it is? You do see the facial features on it. You see the nose, you see the nostrils, you see the mouth. I'm gonna say it is a skinwalker. I'm sticking with that one. What do you think it is?
He was driving by a cemetery when he sees this. A man under the user's SIM app was driving by the emergency room when he notices just in front of the hospital where many patients have been dropped off in life-threatening conditions. He sees multiple people surrounding his vehicle, but as he lowers the window and looks out, no one's there. The technology in use is from Tesla, which is able to drive on its own, detecting traffic lights, stop signs, and proximity of objects for extended periods of time in a very successful manner. Yet multiple people keep detecting humans in places like cemeteries and other places where people come to rest. Given the nature of the unknown being observed by mostly kids, pets, and specific devices, could it be that by scanning hospital and cemetery surroundings, people might be able to see what's beyond our reality? Let me know what you think.
I want to believe these are real. I know someone who has a Tesla, and the way he explained it to me on how the Tesla's technology picks up what it thinks are people around, it did make sense, but I refuse to believe it. These are ghosts.
A couple who just got back home from work noticed by their window someone had broken into their home. A woman named Olivia explains that in the apartment she lives in with her boyfriend, something has been opening and closing their bedroom door. Feeling something evil is in the room, they move their mattress to the living room. But one night while Olivia's home alone, she begins to hear something scratching on her bedroom door. What she captures next is something of a nightmare. Scratching sounds are heard coming from the room as something suddenly pulls the curtain. The boyfriend then decides to pin a blanket around the door to keep it sealed shut, but while the couple's away working, they arrive home and notice someone's at their bedroom window, watching them as it slowly hides. However, whatever this is seems to be covered using the blanket that was holding the door closed. After staying in a hotel for the night, the couple musters up the courage to go back into the apartment and find this.
What the fuck?
Dude, the tack in a pile.
All in a pile like that. What?
They find the blanket on the floor with all the pins stacked together on the blanket. Olivia and her boyfriend continue to live in the apartment until they're able to move out.
All right, what would you do in that situation? Because if it was me and I see that thing in my window, I am going directly to the police. I'm going directly to the police and having them come into that house, search it up and down, make sure there is nobody there. Oh, I could have sworn I just saw something in my bathroom. But it's my towel rack with a towel on.
A family in Argentina begins to panic as they notice something broke into their home. The following footage was taken while the family sat together in the dining room, enjoying each other's company, when suddenly Fede, the son, notices something at the window that doesn't seem human, watching them.
No hay nada de ropa, mija.
No, hay algo ahí en la cara, ¿no ves?
Mira, si yo estaba mirando.
Mirá la cara, está mirando.
Ay, boludo, es una cara eso. Mirá, boludo. Salí.
¡Correte, gorda!
Mamá. La madre le estoy grabando, mamá, salí.
No es la ropa. Es la cara. Mirá.
¿Podés mirar, mamá, por acá?
Mirá la cámara.
Ya lo veo, ya sé.
Having no idea who or what this could be, the mother goes over to check it out, but immediately regrets it as the pale face of something that resembles that of a horror movie is seen, staring at them. Now, this could very well be just a curtain giving off the appearance of a face like pareidolia. Jeff the Killer, a masked person, or just a simple illusion of the mind. Let me know what you think this could be.
That's probably just a curtain, but it does look scary as hell. Imagine seeing, like, you don't expect it and you see it pops up. You're gonna crap your pants.
If you hear a knocking door like this, never open it. A girl named Lucy was in her room laying in bed when she noticed her sister Madison texted her that she went out. But Lucy notices what sounds like her sister at her bedroom door, knocking frantically, trying to get in.
Who's there?
You see the shadow.
Feeling something's not right, she ignores it, and it seems to go away. On the following day, it comes back, but this time, she opens the door. Nothing seems to be there. Lucy then runs in fear as she realizes what she had done. By opening the door and allowing this mimic-like entity in, it's known that you're indirectly giving it permission to do what it wants. So if you ever see someone desperately trying to get in, and you're certain you're home alone, never open the door.
You don't gotta tell me twice. But the thing is, first of all, this girl has tremendous guts to go and open that door, because I wouldn't do it, and I don't think you would either. I don't care what you say. I don't think you would open that door either. And you shouldn't. But the thing I'm confused about, how does that indirectly, how does this mimic associate, oh, they opened the door, I guess I can do whatever I want. Like, no, you can't do whatever you want. I want to see who's knocking on my door. That doesn't mean you come take over my house.
They were playing with their dog when something takes him. A woman named Cecilia was watching TV one night, playing with her dog Chun Chun, when suddenly, as he stands by the TV, something horrifying is captured.
Hijo, hijo, ¿está escondido? ¿Dónde está escondido? Hijo, te estoy viendo. Chuchu. Él se esconde, se esconde. Hijo. Hijo. Chuchu.
Chunchun, ¿qué está escondido?
Hijo. Chunchun. Ya, pues, aparece, pues, hijo.
Shun peeks out, then suddenly remains hidden as the terrifying pale figure of a person's face is seen, peeking out for just a moment. The dog then comes out after a while, like something was distracting him, holding Shun back there. Given the terrifying figure appeared right after the dog hid behind the corner, could it be that whatever this thing is was petting Shun or interacting with him in some way? Let me know what you think.
I can't even make out what the hell that thing is. Whatever. But I do believe this is real because you and I both know that you can't train dogs and cats to act. So whatever this dog was feeling in that moment was 100% real. So I believe this. I just can't figure out what that thing that was petting him or grabbing him was, but...
A man documented an experiment to try and lure an entity into his home.
Why?
What the cameras capture is terrifying. A few years back, a man under the user Fantastic Daily has been obsessed in capturing evidence of the black-eyed kids. Multiple cases have been reported of people being visited by these entities, whom embody the appearance of pale kids around the ages of 6 and 16 years old, asking to be let in. The man conducts an experiment where he plays a high-frequency sound overnight that will cause him to be visited by one of these entities. As the man leaves his laptop overnight playing the sound, something horrifying is captured. For a few nights, nothing much was captured, but on the 5th night, just at his front entrance, the figure of a person triggers the motion-activated lights, standing at his porch and staring into his house for over an hour. But on that very night, before the discovery, the man was woken up by noises outside and decides to investigate. What he finds is horrifying. He sees no one, but finds his gate was left wide open.
Who? Do you think these black-eyed kids are real? I don't know. Like, that's very I don't want to say convincing because that could just be anybody. But this guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. I'm gonna do experiments to see if these kids come to my window and stare into my house. What?
She was walking her dog in the Appalachia when she hears this. A horrifying video was uploaded by a woman named Tyla while she's playing with her dog in her recent trip to the Appalachian Mountains. Her dog suddenly starts barking as something horrifying is captured on camera.
What? Was that Dalmatian? Okay. Yeah, because what is that? Let's go inside.
From within the woods, the feral screams of a person can be heard, causing an unusual quietness to the woods, as well as agitating her dog. Tyla begins to make her way inside, as she too feels they shouldn't be out there any longer. Like many dark secrets of Appalachia, whatever was screaming in the woods that night remains a mystery, as Tyla and her dog remain inside.
Hey, you know what? Appalachian Trail, Appalachian Mountains, you know it's legit. Thing is, I always try to find, like, what can this realistically and possibly be? And I can't think of any animals that scream like that. But I feel like I've heard a creature scream like that before. If it comes to your mind, just let me know in the comments because it's on the tip of my tongue and I don't want to keep this dragging too long. But if you know what it is, let me know.
He was walking by a church when he sees something running around the roof. A man in Illinois was walking by the St. Paul's Baptist Church late at night when he notices something's moving on top of the roof.
What the fuck is that? Ain't shit up there. Ain't shit up there. Fuck is that? Alright. Hey, I'm black. You get the fuck up out of here.
Just like a horror movie, this Jeepers Creepers-like figure is seen moving, running around the roof. But as the man looks above, nothing seems to be there. Locals have experienced many ghostly sightings around the St. Paul's Church, so could this shadowy entity be something related to the paranormal, or is it simply something else? Let me know what you think.
I don't know. That is pretty creepy. And it did kind of remind me of Jeepers Creepers. So it's funny they mentioned that. But what I think it is something just in front of the light source that's casting onto the ground, maybe a bug or a squirrel or something just running up and down next to that light. So it's cast on the ground. But what the hell do I know? If I had all the answers, I wouldn't be doing this.
A night guard was visited by strange entities before going missing. In San Luis Potosi, Mexico, an overnight security guard writes to his friend after he noticed several glowing eyes watching him from the front entrance. The guard mentions he thought it was cats at first until further examining them. Shocked, he calls 911 and takes a picture. Little did he know this would be one of the last things he would ever see. While waiting for the police, he sent the picture to a friend with a voice message.
Ahorita voy a salir para tomarles fotos, porque aquí donde estoy, o sea, nada más se ven como puntillos así, ¿no? De hecho yo pensé que eran gatos al principio. Y la neta, mira, yo ya tiré un par de balazos porque pues ando armado, pues, ando aquí cuidando. Les digo de cosas y pues no me hacen caso, ahí están nada más, ¿va? Ya le marqué a la policía también y...
The man mentions that after shouting at them and even shooting multiple times at the figures, they remained standing at the gate. He then walked out of the gate to confront them, never to be seen again. The friend posted the story along with the picture he sent, since the police didn't seem too interested in the case. The story was shared through an anonymous profile. Although it's a chilling tale, it's unclear the legitimacy of these claims.
Yeah, you know, this could have been a true story, but the fact that, like, this guy disappeared and he was never seen again, what are the odds of that? Come on, like, at least make it a little bit more believable.
A mysterious man saved his life, then disappeared. A news outlet in Turkey covered a mysterious CCTV footage where a store manager was standing in front of his shop, when suddenly, a mysterious man slowly walks toward him and taps him on the shoulder.
Oh.
The man turns around, only to notice the truck's metal rear door went loose and was about to hit him. He manages to get out of the way in time. Shocked, but thankful for the stranger's assistance, he goes to thank him. But as he turns to face him, no one's there. The mysterious man has suddenly vanished. The truck driver apologized, as this incident could have resulted in a fatal injury. On the following day, the storekeeper contacted the news outlet and told them about the story, along with the footage, explaining that whoever this strange man was tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Look out." The event took place in Turkey back in 2019, but the video recently resurfaced the web, with many claiming this wasn't any normal person, but a guardian angel saving the man's life.
It could have been, but when I was watching the video, what I was looking for, you can't see any features on this guy's face. You can see the guy he tapped. You can see his eyebrows, his eye sockets, his nose, his mouth. But on the other guy, it's just a black, shadowy area. So I think it is legit. But what's crazy is when that gate swung open, it would have hit the guy who did the tapping when the truck was passing. But there was no one there, obviously, because the guy... I'm at a loss for words, kind of. Like, what do you think? You think it's legit or BS? I think this one's legit. Guardian Angel, I don't know, but definitely something.
A man wanted to show his friend the ghost of the haunted road when this happens. A man named Jose Fierro from Mexico explains that in the highway he drives by, named La Rumorosa, he's been seeing the silhouette of what he believes is a truck driver who passed away in a recent accident. Since his friend didn't believe him, he took him on one of his work road trips to show him the spot where he sees the figure and makes a horrifying discovery.
Siempre va caminando, va caminando. Ahí viene, ¿ya lo viste?
A man can be seen walking by the side of the road. Now, this could be just a random passerby wandering at night, but Jose feels certain this is the man's ghost or an entity, since he's been seeing it multiple times on the same area, and even appeared once right in front of his vehicle.
Oh, what?
For this reason, Jose believes Highway La Rumorosa in Mexico is haunted by the man's spirit who lost his life on that road.
Ah, yeah. I think this one's real. Yeah.
This is why nobody wants to work the night shift. A nurse who's been uploading his normal experience working a lot of night shifts suddenly uploaded a terrifying moment while walking across a closed out area of the hospital. He records his walks as he usually does, but on this occasion, the man decides to go into the abandoned section at 3 a.m. and as he makes his way by a dark area, he sees it.
Zach.
A silhouette of someone standing in the dark can be seen waiting in one of the wards, watching the man. He doesn't notice and continues recording his walk. Considering the man has also captured strange things while working nights, could this be the helpless spirit of a dead patient who hasn't quite yet let go? Or something else haunting this ward? Share your thoughts in the comments.
All right, first of all, they can let us know that they're going to be flashing lights like that. Seizure warning, damn. And what were those things swinging on the ceiling?
A man named Kyle begins to record after hearing a loud bang coming from his garage.
Okay, I just heard a loud ass banging in the garage. Please do not be something weird.
Creeped out, he decides to check what's up there and sees this.
These are some rickety freaking steps. That is some kind of a box.
The man then opens the box and finds a few Christmas decorations.
Alright, let's see what's in there. Oh, is that a fucking... There's some shit in there. All in here.
He quickly drops it in fear as it could be related to some sort of witchcraft. Given the loud bang, it directly lured this man to find the box and open it. Could it be that something evil baited him to unleash some sort of curse? But as many cases, for now, this one remains a mystery.
Sure did. I just find it so hard to believe that he doesn't know what's in his own attic, you know? So, I mean, it's probably BS. But if it is legit, that's a creepy looking doll. And you know how I feel about these creepy looking dolls. And you know what happens when these creepy looking dolls are in your house? Just saying.
Do you guys remember that guy who was visited by this massive blooper-like humanoid? Well, I think someone might have caught it. For those of you who missed it, last week I covered Derek's story where he woke up in his sofa at 2:22 a.m. feeling watched.
I woke up at 2:22. I felt like something was watching me. So I looked, I didn't see anything, so I got up and I went to bed. And I fell asleep and I woke up at 3:33. I woke up and at the foot of my bed, there stood this tall, probably like 7 foot, blue-like human with the features that resembled a bird.
Derek then decides to go to bed, but when he wakes up again at 3:33 a.m., he sees this bird-like thing watching him by the bed. Now, this is where it gets weirder. A girl named Carrie saw her cats going to the window, so she decides to follow them. But she notices something's at the window. Creeped out, she takes a picture with a flash to see what it is, and immediately regrets it. The cats stare at this weird body of feathers close to the window, as a pair of glowing eyes can be seen right behind it. Whatever this is seems to have drawn the cat's attention and visited Carrie at night, just like the bluebird humanoid visited Derek that night.
All right, that's probably an owl with like its mama owl behind it. But when I was listening to this, it reminded me of those ancient Egypt hieroglyphics, I guess they are, or the paintings that they have in the pyramids or their texts, where there are gigantic Nephilim or whatever you want to call them that have bird-like features. And I wonder if they are extraterrestrial, if it's the same species, I guess. What do you think?
If you see this, move out immediately. A man named Liam was taking out the trash early in the morning when he noticed something horrifying by his window.
Son casi las 5 de la mañana. Salí a tirar la basura y se escucha... ¿Qué querés, hijo de puta? ¿Qué mierda es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso?
Oh, Oh.
The man sees this shadow
Oh,
with dark arms
no,
and
no,
a pale,
no.
translucent face. But as he keeps looking at it, the horrifying figure slowly hides back into his house and closes the window. He quickly goes inside to see who or what this is, but says no one was there. So is this just a scary prompt for a skit, or did he actually capture some sort of strange entity? Creepy nonetheless.
It did, as it was closing and went inside, it did kind of remind me of like a Halloween animatronic on like, I don't know, some stupid haunted house at Universal Studios or something. But what I'm curious about, and maybe someone can explain it to me, he's outside and he's terrified of it, right? Rightfully so. Why is he going to go look for it inside where he has nowhere to go? YouTube, that is all I have for you today. I am Nick, the Babadook of YouTube. I appreciate you stopping by. Let me know what your favorite clip was. Today, mine was actually that last one with that stupid Halloween animatronic, because I looked real close. It got me, it gave me some chills a little bit, just a little bit, un poquito. Let me know what your favorite clip was, and then drop your social security number. If you're not comfortable doing that, last 4 digits will do, donkey. That'll do. Send the video to someone you think would enjoy it. I would truly appreciate it. I appreciate you, and to show my appreciation for you, check one of these videos out.